Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing more Jungle Cup battles. This time, generally focusing on Venusaur. Now, I don't use Venusaur in every single match in this video, but my opponents do use it as well. So it's either I'm using it or they're using it for the most part. Now, Venusaur is definitely, in my opinion, now if you disagree, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But I do feel like it is the best grass type in this format, or in this cup at least, because first of all, it beats Vigoroth, depending on shield usage. I mean, if they're shielding with Vigoroth nonstop and you're not using any shields, Vigoroth will win against that with body slams. But it does get to that Frenzy Plant super fast with Vine Whip, so definitely a solid Pokemon. It does have Sludge Bomb, so it can hit like Noctowl. Not that you want to be up against a Noctowl or like other bug Pokemon, but it can hit them. If they choose not to shield and whatnot. So it's definitely the best grass type, in my opinion, to use in this cup. I mean, there might be others that you might prefer, but I like Venusaur. I've used Venusaur in pretty much most cups that it's allowed in, right? We used it in the Rainbow Cup. Same exact Venusaur, I didn't change a thing about it. But, yeah, you could see right now that it's doing a good amount of damage with that Bug Bite, but we're still actually able to win with that Sludge Bomb and then getting up another Frenzy Plant to knock out that Vespiquen. So we actually do go ahead and beat that Vespiquen despite the fact that we should have lost that match or something, right? So, yeah, Venusaur, definitely a solid way to go if you're using the grass type. Now, I have seen other content creators saying bench the grass, and I don't disagree with that. If you don't go with a grass type Pokemon, I'm not going to fault you for that. I totally get it. I understand where you're coming from. But if you do go with the grass type, I think Venusaur is the way to go. Obviously, you don't want to go up against a Noctowl with a Venusaur in theory, right? Or other Pokemon, like other bug types, like a Vespiquen. You don't want to. It's not ideal for you. But if you're going up against Graveler or Golem, or, even like, as I said, it's a good counter to Vigoroth. That's what I was trying to say. It's definitely a good way to go, and Lantern as well. Then Venusaur is definitely going to have the advantage in a lot of cases. But if you're weak, obviously Vigoroth will win and things like that. So but it's still a good counter and a good way to go. But if you're looking for a counter to Vigoroth, because Vigoroth is definitely a strong Pokemon and it's really difficult to beat. But either way, we do bring in this Venusaur right now, and we do knock out his Vigoroth, but his final Pokemon will be that Graveler, and it will be enough to knock us out. So we actually do go ahead and take the loss in the game too, but picking up a rare candy, so you can't really complain about rare candies, can you? But for the next match, we are beginning with Lantern against his Vigoroth, and he's going to pull the switch into that Venusaur. You could see that we have to get out of there. Charged up a little bit before he got to his Frenzy Plant, but he actually goes for the Sludge Bomb on my Noctowl, which is what you should do. But you could see how much damage that is doing to a Noctowl. Obviously, we'll win that matchup, but it's still putting in work, right? But he does bring in his Graveler, getting off that Sky Attack, trying to do a little bit of damage before we go down. And now we have Vigoroth and Lantern, both of which are pretty good. I decided to bring in my Vigoroth because I want to charge up a little bit of energy and whatnot against his Graveler. He doesn't allow it to happen because he brings in his Vigoroth and uses Body Slam. We actually go for the Body Slam as well. And I'm going to pull that switch into Lantern to get off that Thunderbolt immediately because we had that saved up, which will force his last shield. So I'll definitely take that. We're going to go ahead and block that Bulldoze. I wasn't actually expecting Bulldoze. I was expecting Body Slam. So I was expecting to block a Body Slam. But it was actually Bulldoze, so we'll take that. And then we'll finish him off with Water Gun against that Alolan Graveler. So we do go ahead and win Game 3, picking up another Rare Candy and a Sinnoh Stone. For those that follow me on Twitter know that I don't need Sinnoh Stones. But we'll take it, right? But for the next match, this is the last match with Jokes, and then we move on to pokeAK. But we definitely catch him in the lead, and he's going to switch into Vigoroth. We'll pull that switch into Venusaur, getting off a Frenzy Plant. Actually, he gets off another Body Slam first, so that will force a shield on us. But we get off a Frenzy Plant, which also will take his shield. And then we're going to go ahead, and I believe, yes, we're hit by a Body Slam, so this is going to take our shield. And then we're going to use a Frenzy Plant, which will either take Vigoroth or his shield. So it does take Vigoroth. But he's down a Pokemon, but he's also up a shield, so definitely a good position for him. Bringing in that Alolan Golem, we're going to have to bring in Vigoroth. We cannot bring in Noctowl at all. Getting off a Body Slam because I knew it would knock it out, but he does go ahead and use that shield. Hitting us with a Wild Charge, and that won't finish us off, but then he'll be able to finish us off with fast moves. We charge up a bunch of energy, and we have a Sky Attack ready to go for his Vespiquen, which won't knock it out, but we are able to get to another Sky Attack because we charged up a lot of energy, which will knock out Vespiquen, and then we'll go ahead and take that game. So that was a good game. All these games were good. Every game that we have is good. You guys know that. But now we're jumping into matches with pokeAK, and guys, let me tell you, he definitely got his revenge on me. He told me a little thing of who's been doing YouTube a lot longer. He definitely showed me who his boss. We did well against him the other day, but this time he definitely smacked me around a little bit, and that's okay. Yeah, I mean, he wanted to play it best out of 5, so I think we had 4 matches. He won 3 of them. I won 1. So he absolutely destroyed me in these games. But that's okay. I love battling. I love uploading games and whatnot. So that's okay. He does take the first knockout, and we're going to bring in Vigoroth, and we're able to knock that out before he's able to get off a Sky Attack, which is good for us. He's probably really close. But then he brings in Venusaur, so we're going to go ahead and use a Body Slam right now. Because we have energy charged, Vigoroth does win in this situation, unless if he shields, of course. But we're going to have to respond with a shield of our own. He pulls the switch into Vigoroth. We get off a Body Slam to do as much damage as we can, and then we pull the switch immediately. Not sure if I should have switched there. I probably shouldn't have, but that allowed him to get a body, so it actually allows him to knock out Venusaur. Actually no, it doesn't, because we get off a Frenzy Plant. So this was a very close game. Then he brings in his own Venusaur, which will knock us out, and unfortunately he's able to get to his charge move, Frenzy Plant, before we're able to, and he does knock out Vigoroth. So he does go ahead and win that one. I feel like I shouldn't have switched into Venusaur. That might have made a difference. I'm not too sure. But either way, that's okay. We play to learn, right? But for this match, game 2, he does catch us on the lead. He begins with Beedrill. We begin with Vigoroth. So definitely has the advantage there. We're going to go ahead and pull the switch into Noctowl so we could save that energy. And he brings in his Magnezone. Now, I don't think I've faced a Magnezone before. I'm not too sure. I might have faced it like once, but I don't think it was like really invested in. So I'm not really familiar with it, is what I'm trying to say, But we bring in Vigoroth to knock out Magnezone, and now we have a bunch of energy banked up. We have Body Slams, we have Bulldoze ready to go. So we're just going to go ahead and use Body Slam. We actually had to use the shield because he had enough energy ready to go. We got off another Body Slam. He's going to use both of his shields, and then we're actually able to get to a third Body Slam, which I believe knocks it out. No, it doesn't actually. Never mind. I thought it knocked it out. We bring in Lantern, and I knew we were in an okay position because Lantern is a bulky Pokemon, so whatever he had, I knew we might be okay. We're going to go ahead and block this Body Slam. Now, I could have went for the Thunderbolt. Let me know if I should have. But I decided to save it. I'm like, I thought that would have knocked me out. It doesn't, and we get off that Hydro Pump, and we knock out Vigoroth. So I don't think Thunderbolt would have knocked it out, but as I said, let me know if you think it would have. But either way, we do go ahead and win that one. But that's the only game we're going to win against the man himself, pokeAK. But yeah, as I said, we only did 4 matches. I can't wait to battle him again. It's always a pleasure battling pokeAK. It's a lot of fun. We're going to pull the switch into Vigoroth. He does switch into his Venusaur. We get off that Body Slam, which will take a shield from him, and now he's going to take a shield from us because we don't want to go down. And then we have another Body Slam ready to go, which will do a lot of damage, so we just need one more Body Slam, and we actually get to it. So I'll definitely take it. He's going to respond with a shield, and then we're going to shield here. That shield may have been a mistake because I don't think I get to another Body Slam. Actually, we do. Never mind. We do get to another Body Slam, which will knock out Venusaur. But now he brings in his own Vigoroth, which will knock us out. And now we have Noctowl and Beedrill ready to go. I decide to save up energy for Sludge Bomb, so that's exactly what I do. And he pulls a switch immediately to catch the Sludge Bomb, so definitely a good switch on his end. We probably would have been in... Actually, we wouldn't have been in a good position because he would have knocked out Beedrill. And then we have Noctowl against, Magnezone. So Beedrill and Noctowl really not doing much to a Magnezone, so definitely a good Pokemon for him to use, and it's nice to face it. But for now, the last match, we do have Noctowl versus Noctowl. I'm gonna switch first into my Lantern. Again, I think that was a mistake. I should have just played out the Noctowl versus Noctowl because he's able to switch into Venusaur. We do get that Hydro Pump off though, which does a lot to Venusaur, so I'll take it. We allow our Lantern to go down, and then we'll bring in this Noctowl, and we don't block it. It's a Sludge Bomb, so definitely a good play on his end. So yeah, I don't think I made the greatest plays, you know, in the world, but that's okay. You know, as I said, that's okay. He's gonna get off a Sky Attack. We're gonna go ahead and block that, and then we'll follow it up with a Sky Attack, and he'll block that, and then we'll switch into Vigoroth, trying to get to that Body Slam. Unfortunately, he's able to get to the Sky Attack first. We'll block that, and then we'll go for the Body Slam, which he'll block as well. And I'm hoping to get to another Body Slam, but he's able to get to that Sky Attack first, which will do a lot of damage. We'll get to the Body Slam, but he already dealt a lot of damage to us. His final Pokemon is going to be a Vigoroth, and you guys know how good Vigoroth is. So we bring in Noctowl, but he has a Body Slam ready to go, which will almost knock us out. And yeah, so good games, and that's going to be it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.